All right, from fetch to feline fuzziness, your pet may be trying to tell you more about science than you think. Now, one professor at Emory University has built an entire class around what our furry friends can teach us. Let's bring in Dr. Natalia Bayona Vásquez to dig into this biology of our pets and why their behavior is more than just cute and cuddly, right? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, all right, so what gave you this idea to build a whole college class around our pets?
That's a great question that I get very often. So I'm a biologist, I'm a wildlife geneticist. So I don't study pets themselves, but look, so many people, I have a dog, I'm a pet lover. So what inspired me to create this course was realizing that pets can spark that scientific curiosity, right? Our love for pets is a natural way to get students excited about asking questions and science. So that's my inspiration for this course.
So how do you introduce first your students to the science of pets? What hooks them in?
Yeah, so that's a great question because in our course we cover different kinds of topics, biological topics. We talk about the evolution of pets and humans and how those are intricate with each other. We talk about pet behavior. One of the premises of our course is, do dogs really love us? So we talk about the science behind those kind of experiments. And we also talk about the impacts of pets in our environment. So it's a sweet deal of topics for students to get really diving into pet biology.
We've seen like the pet whisperer. You teach more than just that, right?
So I teach a little bit more than just that, but I'm not as expert as the pet whisperer. But I would like to bring to this point, when we're studying pet behavior, we actually see professionals doing behavioral tests on pets. So we have partnered with the Atlanta Humane Society. We go and learn about the amazing labor and work that they do every day, but also we see their professionals performing a behavioral test on dogs. So then back in the classroom, students can use behavioral databases that have been collected for thousands of pets so they can answer their own scientific questions, like different kinds of projects.
Yeah. How much of it is textbook and how much of it is hands-on?
Actually, we read 3 books during our class. We read one book on domesticated animals, but these are not textbooks like those giant textbooks, kind of textbooks that you see. We read a book on domesticated animals, we read a book on dog behavior, and then we read a book on cat evolution. So it's a lot of reading components, but also we also have a project development and project communication components to our course.
So I have to ask the question, do our pets love us?
That's a great question, and I think the science is still ambivalent. I think, like, as a pet owner, I want to say yes, but I think the question is still up for grabs.
Oh, wow. What's the sure signs that your pet may not love you?
Well, so there's a lot of research that has been done in terms of how a lot of the dog responses that we see are just associations. So they sit because they associate that with a treat, right? So a lot of the theories behind it, like, do dogs are loyal companions just because association to shelter, to food, to resources, right? Instead of that real love sentiment that we as humans feel. But I think that there has been some psychological kind of research that has shown that dogs for sure feel a secure attachment to their owners, that it might be one of those components of love.
Supposed to be man's best friend, right? When you were when you were preparing for this course, did anything surprise you when you were studying the response of humans in pets?
Yeah, I think like a lot of things surprised me. As I mentioned, I'm a biologist, but I'm a wildlife biologist. So learning about the domestication process and the evolution of pets, specifically how the evolution of cats is completely different than the evolution of pets, and hence that explains why their behaviors are different too. So I think a lot of things surprise me, and I think that's the fun of science. Even if we're experts in a specific field, there's always so much more that you can learn.
All right, I got a student watching right now, right? 30 seconds, go ahead and sell that student to take your course.
That's a great point. I'd say that it doesn't matter if you have a science heart or not scientific heart. If you love pets, this is the course for you to take, because we're going to take advantage of that love to encourage you to discover new questions and ask your own projects and and do your own fun research. So I think that's one of the things that I enjoy the most. I'm not telling my students what to do. They are the ones developing the things that they want to do, everything around pets.
There you have it. A lot of petting going on in Dr. Vásquez's class. Really appreciate you joining us today, and thanks for the insight.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Oh, absolutely.